Just what I was thinking today was how bad I felt about the fact that I'm really having to work hard again to manage my mind. I'm having to do a lot of things that I was needing to do 2 or 3 years ago. And I kind of think, oh my God, well, I'm supposed to know all this. I'm supposed to have this nailed. Other people, get me to coach them in all this. And yet I've forgotten it or something. It's obviously not happening. I'm not able to do it myself. And yet again, I'd fallen into the thinking that all of us do, which is that all healing, all growth, all self-development is linear and only linear. And that you learn it and then you should have it nailed and you never need to look at it again. Okay, now that's ridiculous because with a lot of things in life, we do need to swat up, if some time passes before using a particular skill. And I think what's happening with growth work, with self-development, is that I say this to my clients, it's like peeling off layers of paint. And you scrape off a few layers and that's all good. And then you realize there's a load of stuff underneath that needs dealing with. So what's been happening to me is that it's not that I'm having to go back to square one and repeat things. It's just that I'm needing to do some work at a deeper level. And because it's issues that I feel I've dealt with in the past, I keep thinking, oh, well, I obviously didn't nail that then. But that's not the case at all. I did nail it. It's just that now there's a deeper level of it. Now there's a new context of it. So that's okay. That's actually progress. It's really good that that's happening. It means I have to go through all the hard stuff again and do more work and, be really disciplined and also accept that, therefore I'm not going to be able to run my life in the normal way because there's a big load of learning and growing going on, but that's a really good thing, and I can be okay with that. And I think one of the complicating factors, I've been having as a sort of thing, there must be a problem, I must have got something wrong because I'm still not, sort of as happy as I expected to be. I'm not as happy as, I was 6 months ago or whatever. Now, to be honest, I think part of that's hormonal because I have all sorts of problems with progesterone in the pill. So I've come off that for a week and I'm already feeling better. But that aside, and just in case it's useful for the rest of you, when we do, self-development work, we do expect that the result will be happiness, and that's it. You'll stay happy then for the rest of your life. It'll be great. And we focus on how much more happy we'll be, but we kind of forget how less miserable we are. And that's also a really valuable asset from doing self-development work. And also, irritatingly, as you grow and you develop, kind of the goalposts for happiness and sadness and success and failure sort of move with you, because as you love yourself more, as you grow in confidence about your skill set and things, you then start expecting more of yourself and your standards are higher. And so actually kind of the goalposts of what success means, sort of moves on. And happiness moves on and things. So you can end up feeling, I'm not really getting the bang from a buck here. Why aren't I feeling really happy? And it's just you probably are feeling a lot happier than you used to feel, right? But because you're always living in the present, that's all you've really got. It just feels like it feels now, and you're sort of like you've become a big fish in a small pond because you've done all this work, and then you've just gone into a bigger pond. So that sometimes feels like a retrograde step, or that you're not happy anymore or anything like that. But it's still all good because it means you've moved up a level, you've moved on in your journey. And all of this is a journey. You're never done. There's never a point where you go, right, close the book. That's all the self-development work done. I'm fully realized. I'm totally awesome and I'm incredibly happy. It just doesn't happen. So what I've been doing is always remember to refer back to any writing that you've done in the past. So I always tell my clients to do lots of journaling when they're working with me, and then to carry on that habit, because it is fantastic for allowing you to compare benchmarks. So I look back 5-10 years, and when I was having a low period like this, I wouldn't still be juggling the kids and able to smile and able to meditate and, do some work and to accept it, to not beat myself up for it, all those sorts of things. I'd be in bed just hiding from the world, not being able to communicate, just not being able to deal with stuff at all. So actually the change has been massive, and it's been really helpful for me to look back and see that. And also, I've written about things that have happened, even 2 or 3 years ago, and I can't believe how I thought about them. I can't believe what thoughts I had about them, what feelings I had about these events or these people or whatever. And I'm kind of like, my God, I used to think like that, So it's a really good, helpful and supportive thing to do. So we all have these periods of growth. The growth always continues. It goes in kind of layers of paint or circles. It's a deeper circle each time, and you're learning more and you are moving on. So there are the great bits where it's all exciting and you do exciting new stuff and you feel fab and everybody's totally worshipping you and going, oh, you go girl. There's all that where you really feel, oh my God, my whole life's a big Oprah moment. But the flip side of that is the sort of the sort of hard sort of work that needs to be done underneath, which doesn't feel good, which feels often really scary and like a bit too much. And often feels like, I've been here before, I'm sure I have, So all of that work needs to be done too. So learn to love it. That's what I'm doing. I'm loving these 2 weeks of just really embracing this period that I'm in. And go easy on yourselves and just keep learning, keep growing. And as always, take care of your greatest asset, the one and only you.